Good evening, friends, and welcome back to Rhythm and Revelation. I'm Matthew Simroska, your host. Tonight we explore honesty, a virtue as ancient as Scripture and as vital as breath itself. As Proverbs 12:22 says, lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Our story follows David, a man whose addiction began not with a substance, but with a lie. But even in our darkest valleys, God's hand reaches down, if only we have the courage to take it. We meet David on an ordinary Tuesday morning, respected sales manager, well dressed, life carefully maintained, but beneath it all, painkillers have him trapped, and it started 3 years ago with one small lie to his doctor.
The kettle hissed softly as David Semroska, because yes, we share a surname, though we're no kin, lifted the cafetiere off the agger. Steam curled past his cufflinks like guilty thoughts. Rebecca was already upstairs, coaxing Emma into school shoes. He could hear their muffled laughter, drifting down like sunlight he no longer trusted. He set the plunger down midway, just enough for the coffee to bloom, not enough to scald, and slipped 2 fingers into his inside pocket. There, the orange blister, rattling like distant rain. 48 hours supply left. He told himself that again, the way a man might count rosary beads. 48 hours. Through the kitchen window, he watched Mrs. Hargreaves from next door reverse out. Perfect angle. No one inside. He cracked the pack, dry swallowed one oxycodone, chased it with the bitter bloom of coffee. Then he washed the glass, dried it, placed it back upside down on the drainer. Choreography. 3 years ago, he twisted at work. Nothing dramatic, just an unlucky lift of copier paper. Physiotherapy, anti-inflammatories. Then, actually, doctor, it's 8 out of 10 when I twist like this. The first lie had tasted metallic on his tongue. By week 4, he'd graduated to 3 pharmacies within a 10-mile radius. By month 6, the names on the bottles had started to blur. He told himself addicts looked different. Track marks, vacant stares. He still shaved every morning. Emma bounded in, backpack swinging. Morning, Dad. You look. She hunted for the word. Official. He smiled the smile he patented. Crinkles round the eyes. Nothing underneath. Rebecca appeared behind her daughter, still in pajamas, hair wild. She kissed his cheek. Her lips were warm. He flinched anyway. Got that big meeting? She asked. Quarterly figures. Should be painless. Another bead on the rosary. He left before Emma's bus arrived, because timing was everything. On the train, he sat by the window, coat collar up, counting stations like heartbeats. In his briefcase, beneath quarterly projections, lay the forged script. Just one more doctor, one more refill. Then he'd taper, then he'd stop. But when he reached the office, his assistant handed him a pink message slip. New receptionist at Dr. Patel's. Verification calls would now require updated ID. The ground tilted. He stared at the slip until the words floated. 48 hours wasn't abstract anymore. It was Tuesday. It was real. And when he got home that night, Rebecca was at the sink, rinsing a tumbler that wasn't his. In her other hand, an orange bottle he'd never seen before. Hydrocodone, 10 milligrams, 48 tablets. David, she said, what's this? The kitchen light felt too bright, too honest. He opened his mouth. The lie was already forming, old reflex, then stalled, halfway out, like a record skipping. For the first time in 3 years, he had no idea what to say.
Rebecca confronts her husband with the bottle. David stands at a crossroad, double down on the lies or crack open the door to truth. The weight has never felt heavier.
Rebecca's knuckles were white around the plastic. The label. So many times, like if staring hard enough would change the words. Hydrocodone, not his normal brand. He'd switched scripts last month after one pharmacy started asking questions. What is this, David? Her voice cracked on the D. upright, cap loose, tablets rattling like hail on tin. I've been checking. This is the third different pharmacy in 8 weeks. You've been spying? Anger surged up. A reflex. Good. Anger was safer than shame. I've been scared, she said. Emma too. She thinks you're dying, David. Won't say it, but last night she asked if the pills are cancer medicine. The air thinned. Upstairs, the floorboard creaked. Emma, listening. He knew the creak. He used to count the steps so he could flush before Rebecca climbed them. David's throat worked. I have it under control. Rebecca stepped closer. She wasn't shaking now, just steady, the way she was when she told him they were having a baby. You're gonna lose us. The words landed clean. No drama, just fact. He backed up until the fridge handle dug into his spine. Cold, stainless, unforgiving. And in the polished door he caught sight of himself. Ties loosened, cheeks hollow, eyes too bright. His father's face, 30 years on, the same denial etched in the jawline. Something broke open inside, like ice on a river in March. Not dramatic, just gave. His voice came out papery. I'm not okay, Beck. She froze. I've been lying to everyone, every day, and I can't. He rubbed a hand over his face, felt the damp. I don't even know who I am anymore. A long silence, then soft. Emma's voice at the top of the stairs. Mom. Rebecca didn't move. Her eyes stayed on David. Tell her. He looked up, met his daughter's gaze, wide, 12 years old, holding too much. Emma, he said, voice trembling. I'm sick. And it's not the back. It's me. The three of them stood there, kitchen light humming, pills scattered like spilled coins. For once, no one spoke. The truth breathed between them, raw, ugly, but finally breathing. David waited for the sky to fall. Instead, Rebecca reached out. Not to hit, not to hug, just touched his wrist. Tomorrow, she whispered, you call someone, or I will. He nodded. The weight hadn't lifted, but for the first time in years, it felt shared.
In his despair, David makes a choice, not to stand on a grand gesture, but a small, terrifying act of honesty, the first real truth he's spoken in years. Sometimes that's where redemption begins.
He didn't sleep. The three of them had ended up on the sofa. Emma curled against Rebecca, David at the end, knees up, staring at the door. He didn't sleep. The three of them had ended up on the sofa. Emma curled against Rebecca, David at the end, knees up, staring at the dark TV screen like it might forgive him. At 300 he eased away, went to the bathroom, same cracked mirror, same man staring back, only this time he didn't look away. Took the bottle from the cabinet, 12 left, dry swallowed 3. His hand hovered over the toilet. Don't be stupid, a voice said, his own, not the addict's. He poured them into his palm, counted, frowned. 12, should have been 15. He'd taken more than he thought. He tipped them back in, closed the lid, sat on the edge of the tub. Outside, Rebecca stirred, creaking floorboard, soft footsteps. She pushed the door open a crack. You awake? He nodded. I looked up centers, she said, voice husky from crying. One in Leeds, Catholic run. They have beds tomorrow. He swallowed. How long? 28 days minimum. Outpatient after. She paused. I called. Already did the intake. You just turn up. He laughed, sharp, surprised. You could have just left. I thought about it, she said. But I'd miss hating you in the morning. He met her eyes. Saw it then. Love. Stripped of illusion. Still there. Still burning. I don't deserve that, he whispered. No, she said. You don't. But you get it anyway. A tear slid down his cheek. He didn't wipe it. She stepped in, sat beside him on the bath mat. David? Yeah. Can you promise me something? Anything. No more lies. Not even the small ones. Not, I'm fine, when you're not. None of it. like that until dawn. Two people who'd forgotten how to touch without hitting, relearning on porcelain and tile. At 6:30, he stood, washed his face, put the bottle back. No, wait. Tipped the rest into a plastic bag, tied it, hid it in the bin under yesterday's wrappers. Downstairs, he cracked eggs. The sizzle sounded like hope. Emma came down first, pajamas rumpled, eyes red. She hovered. Dad? Yeah, love. Are you going away? He flipped the bacon, fat spat. Yeah, for a bit, to get better. She bit her lip. Will you come back? He turned, looked her square in the face. Every day, Emma. I'll fight every day, and if I lose one, I'll fight the next. But I'm coming back. She nodded, crossed the floor, wrapped her arms around his waist. He smelled her hair, bubblegum shampoo. He kissed her crown, and for the first time in 3 years, the kitchen didn't smell like lies. 7:15, phone rang. Rebecca answered. Yes, we're bringing him. 8:30, the car idled outside. David held Emma's backpack. She'd insisted on carrying nothing but a book in her rabbit. He packed light, one holdall, one truth. Before he opened the door, he turned. Rebecca stood on the step, arms folded. Wind whipped her hair. You'll hate me, he said. Probably, but I'll wait. He stepped forward, hugged her properly, not the side hug of hiding. Full front, like when they danced at their wedding. I love you, she whispered. I love you too. He slid into the passenger seat. Driver was a woman, mid-50s, no nonsense bun, eyes kind. David Semroska? Yeah. Ready? He looked at Rebecca, at Emma waving from the porch. Not even close, but I'm here. The car pulled away, past Mrs. Hargreaves' watering pot plants, past the chip shop that knew his order, past the park where he'd pushed Emma on the swings, higher, higher, till she screamed with joy, not fear. At the lights, he glanced back. They were small, shrinking. He touched the plastic bag in his pocket, the last of the pills. Felt lighter now, not gone, but named. The driver flicked on the radio, some hymn he half knew. Not fitting, not yet, but the tune stayed with him. 28 days. First honest breath. Redemption didn't start with fireworks. Just a car, a woman he'd failed, and a promise he finally meant. Sometimes that's enough.
So, dear friends, David's journey reminds us we are only as sick as our worst secret. When we hide our deception, we build our own prisons. But the moment we step into light, we give God room to work. Like John 8:32 says, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Not comfortable, not easy, but free. David's honesty didn't solve everything overnight, but it